time to showcase the versatility of flourless pie and tart recipes by making cheddar date shortbread with apple pie preserves. What I've done is taken the exact date shortbread crust recipe that I used in the French apple tarts, and now the final ingredient to add to it is a cup of grated cheddar cheese. I'll pulse that in. And I've got an 8-inch square pan, greased and lined with parchment, and I spread this now cheddar date crumble into the pan. The addition of the cup of cheddar cheese gives it that extra boost to help it set so that I can cut it into beautiful, dainty squares. So at a 325 oven, this takes about 35 minutes to bake. While that's baking, I can make my apple pie preserves. I'm starting with 3 cups of peeled and diced Honeycrisp apples that I've tossed with a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. I'll add 2/3 of a cup of orange juice, and for that distinct apple pie flavor, a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. About a teaspoon of freshly grated ginger. And while I have the zester out, a little bit of orange zest, about 2 teaspoons. I'll bring this mixture up to a simmer and then give it the time it needs until the apples are tender and soft before I add the sugar. The apples have cooked down. That's when it's time to add the sugar. You don't want to add the sugar at the beginning. It'll actually toughen up the fruit. Now that it's already tender, I can add my 3 cups of sugar. So I'll just let this simmer for a little bit more. Ooh, you can smell the cheddar cheese in these date cheddar shortbread squares. Now, when making a traditional pan shortbread, the golden rule is to cut it while it's still warm. So I'll just use a butter knife and just make score marks all the way through the shortbread. Turn the pan. Before you can take your shortbread out of the pan, you want to let it cool completely. I have a pan already cooled down. So now I can just pull out a few of these beautiful little shortbread squares. My apple pie preserves are simmering. The sugar's now melted. So now the last addition is liquid pectin, a single pouch. You add it at the very end after you've taken it off the heat. Squeeze the whole pouch in and then give it a stir. Pectin is a natural gelling agent. In fact, it's found in apples, and it works with the combination of sugar and the citrus juices to set jams. You want to pack your preserves while they're hot. You can always follow safe canning procedures for pantry stable jam, or for the fridge, just pack them in a clean jar. I have some already chilled and set, and you can see how the pectin goes to work. So the apples are set, but not too firm. So serve together this combination of flourless date cheddar shortbread along with a spoonful of apple pie preserves makes an altogether contemporary way to serve a flourless dessert. And now that you've mastered all the techniques behind making flourless pies and tarts, from basic to elaborate, you can take all these ideas to your own kitchen to bake and enjoy.